had no curfew, huh? Came to realize you was my only issue, but I still miss you. Told my fam about you back then. Used to be about them before I had you, about them. I was focused on school and the books, I had plans to. Get a good job, make more money for you, but damn, I still miss you, yeah. Save my money, had a ring for you. Mansion on the hills, I had some plans for you. Told myself for real, wouldn't write about you. This the only way I get my mind off. Had to do this for my health. I don't need your help. I just think about my wealth. Doing better for myself. First class popping on some real shit. This could've been you on some real shit. Now you back with the lame, you regret shit. I just do my own thing, check my profits. I'm focused on me, get my paper. Put my time on real love, I never hate you. Cause you showed me what's love, but you didn't give it all. I had to learn from it, taught me how to never fall. Took the money out the safe for you at a ball. I had to change my own number so you never call. Girl, you could've been flexing with them red bottoms. You could've been with us popping all these bottles.
Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker Show. If you have ever taken an L on the Sneakers app, which, let's be honest, it's happened to all of us. And sometimes it feels like it only happens to us all the time. If that has ever happened to you, you've come to the right place. This is the show where we go through the latest and the greatest in the sneaker world. We rate the sneakers on a cop. We rate them on a drop. And at the end of the show, particularly this episode, guys, I have some incredible deals and steals for you guys. So if you're in the market for a brand new pair of kicks, we got you. If you just want to rate kicks, you want to be with other people who like them, we got you too. We got a pretty decent show for you guys. We got a lot of sneakers to get through. We have one very interesting leak. We only have one photo of this leak. However, it is somewhat of an interesting sneaker. We're going to talk about that right away, but I can see the chat is popping off. Thank you guys so much. Someone commented on my jersey. Now, check this jersey out, guys. This is a 2009 authentic finals jersey right here. Kobe Bryant, of course. It was one that I've always wanted. When Kobe wore purple, when the Lakers were on the road, those are some of my most cherished moments as a Laker fan, as a Kobe fan. I always was ready for the road games, more so than the home games. I like staples, I do, but Kobe on the road was just another animal. Same, what was it? Different animal, same beast or something, whatever he said. It was incredible. So that's why I wanted to pick this up. It cost me a lot, $300 though for a jersey, but I had to do it right after Kobe passed away. I got it, pre-ordered it, came in the mail not too long ago. So the jersey is fire. I've always wanted this jersey, and I finally got it. So let's get right into the show. The first sneaker we're going to talk about is the LeBron Soldier 14. Now, for those people who like LeBron's, you're going to be excited for this. But I think in the sneaker community, a large part of us are kind of iffy on LeBron's. I was definitely one of those people. Very early on, I wasn't a huge fan of LeBron's. They were too powerful. They were bulky is not the right word, but in a sense, they were kind of bulky. Over the years, they got a lot more smooth and stuff like that. But when the LeBron 16 dropped, that was his first shoe as a Laker. I had to check it out because LeBron James, one of the greatest players ever, has a signature shoe. I had to get it, right? I'm a Laker fan. I had to get it. I tried them, and they were incredible. My favorite shoe of that year. The follow-up, the LeBron 17, not so much. It went back to what LeBron's used to be. Way too powerful, way too high sitting. The LeBron 16, though, was incredible. I also tried the LeBron Soldier 11 before the 16, and that was actually a really good shoe. If we take a look, the LeBron Soldier 11 was an excellent shoe. I really enjoyed it, and I remember playing in them. I had this colorway. I remember playing in them and like being on fire that night that I was playing on them, and every time I wore this shoe, I just felt, you know, I'm a huge believer in the look good, play good thing. And I liked how this shoe looked. It was all black. LeBron wore these in the finals, and I just felt good when I was playing in them. And it was a decent performer as well. So what's interesting about what we're seeing here with the LeBron Soldier 14 is it has a much different approach, right? The LeBron Soldier 11 obviously had this high collar, right, guys? And if you look at the 12, same thing. You have this high collar, right? And then if you look at the 13, again, high collar. Definitely a high collar. But the 14s look more of a traditional mid-cut. Even though the difference between the cuts might not be drastic, this, what we're seeing here, just doesn't have that intimidating collar that we've seen in the previous LeBrons in the past 3 or 4 years. I even think the LeBron Soldier 10 had that huge collar as well. Yeah, look, right there. That was probably the biggest collar out of all of them. So the Soldier line had really started to make its name on, you know, these straps and this high collar. Whereas the LeBron Soldier 14 is going back to like a traditional mid-cut. And you can see the lacing system, from what I can tell, is somewhat traditional. You have a lace lock, but if you take a look, like in this area right here, it has this weird shroud and the lacing system's kind of popping out. The overall shape and this lacing system kind of reminds me of those old Flightposite shoes that had weird lacing systems and a real aggressive, but kind of, they combined rounded edges with sharp lines. Those sneakers, like the KGs and stuff like that, the Tim Duncans, this is what it kind of reminds me of. It also kind of reminds me of the LeBron Ambassador series. The Ambassador 6s, which Mike Miller famously wore. This is kind of what I'm seeing when I look at these Soldier 14s. So these 14s, which are the Soldiers, remind me more of the Ambassadors, which the Ambassadors are like an overseas exclusive, like in China only. So, but what I found interesting besides that lacing system is if you take a look at this upper, it looks like a weave, right, guys? That looks like a crazy, it looks like a carbon fiber Kevlar weave. It looks crazy if that is indeed a weave, which would be awesome because that material would be a lot more durable than a traditional mesh, a traditional knit, or jacquard, or textile even. This weave looks a lot more durable. How breathable is it? I don't really know. You have some, it looks like fuse overlays. Don't know why there are perforations there when the breathability wouldn't matter anyways. And then for the cushioning, I don't really know, but I really like what's going on with this midsole. I like that crazy design. It brings me back to the 90s. I like it. You guys know me. I love sculpted midsoles, and you're getting a sculpted midsole here. Now, the colorway, red, white, and blue, or white, blue, and red. White, red, and blue, however you want to call it. Obviously, was probably supposed to be for LeBron in the Olympics in Tokyo, but the Olympics, as we know, got postponed. It makes sense because, like I said, most of these LeBron off sneakers like the Soldiers and Ambassador are overseas exclusives. So it makes sense that Nike would want to equip him with not a signature model and maybe a cheaper, more available model. So when all the eyes are on LeBron, people can buy them. Signature sneakers don't really seem to make it in some countries, but maybe the Soldiers do. But as far as copper drop, I have to say I am intrigued by this shoe. I think it would make for a good performance review video. For me, it's a cop. The reason why it's a cop is because it's different from the previous 2, 3, even 4 Soldier sneakers. So it looks like they might be going in a different direction, much like the Soldier 10s did, right? The Soldier line had made its name on, like, if we look at the Soldier 9, which I actually played in, I believe. Yeah, I played in these, which was decent. This was a good shoe. The 3, 4 sneakers before this kind of had a similar design philosophy, and then all of a sudden we get to the Soldier 10 and it's different and it's intriguing, and I'm intrigued by it. So Nike went with this design philosophy for the 11, the 12, and the 13, but here we are on the 14. It's different. I want to check them out. I really do. So this is a cop to me. I understand why some people are saying drop in the chat. Gene is saying drop for aesthetic. I get it. It's not for everyone. I'm actually intrigued by it because, again, it reminds me of those early 2000 Nike basketball futuristic shoes like the Shock BB4s, which we actually are going to get into a little bit later in the show. The Flyposite line, KG's, Tim Duncan. So it's a cop for me. In the chat, I'm going to say most people are dropping. But let's move on to the next shoe. It's a player exclusive colorway. The Air Jordan 34 Zion Williamson PE. Now, as you guys know, I have a video unboxing one of Zion's Jordan 34 player exclusive colorways, the Bayou Boys, which I love as a concept. Maybe the colors aren't for everyone on that shoe, but for me, I dig it. I wanted to get it, and I did. These, however, I'm not so hot on. I don't know what the connection is between Zion and coloring. Maybe Zion likes the color. That's cool, but I'm going to guess that he doesn't. Maybe he did. Maybe he was like, when he was a kid, everyone knew Zion. Oh, Zion, that's the kid that likes the color. But as a concept, I'm not really understanding the connection. But as a package, overall, it's pretty cool. Like, it comes with the coloring book. Here's a coloring book. You know what Jordan Brand should do with this? They should drop this, have people cop it, and then have people send in how they color the Jordan 34s. Like, it should just be pages of blank 34 templates, right? And then people draw on them and color them, and whoever has the best one, or whoever gets the most votes or retweets or reposts or whatever, Jordan Brand should make that colorway. That would be a cool way to interact with the fans and the community. That would be extremely awesome. But I don't know if they're probably not going to do that. But it comes with the coloring book. Here's the shoe. You guys already know the Jordan 34 is the best on-court performer for me. Top 3 at worst. It's the third best performer. I can name maybe 2 sneakers I like better, but I like the Jordan 34. If I was signed by an NBA team in my first game, this is the shoe that I'd be wearing right now, because I think it's a high-performing shoe. But this colorway, it's just got a bunch of scribbles on it. Like, this PE could be for anyone. You know what I mean? It doesn't just have to be for Zion, but it's cool. I'm seeing a lot of cops here in the chat. I'm seeing a couple Insta cops. This, I'm sorry, guys. Look, right here. It's to Zion love something. Maybe I should read before I assume. What is this? Okay, it doesn't really say anything about the coloring book. Yeah, but if you look at the insole here, it says, I'm assuming, to Zion love somebody. So maybe this does have a personal connection. And maybe if I knew about the personal connection on why they made this colorway, it would be a cop to me. But for me, as they sit right now, it's a drop. I'm not that excited. I much rather have the next shoe that I'm going to talk about. But the Zion coloring book, Jordan 34s, it's okay. It's just a bunch of scribbles. It's a white and black colorway with Crayola marked all over it. So I'm going to have to drop it. But I can see a lot of people are shocked by that. But I personally would not buy this colorway. I would buy this next colorway, which we've already talked about. But I want to show you guys a better look at it, because previously we only had one photo. But these photos make me want this sneaker even more. And I'm praying to the sneaker gods, please drop this, please. And if you do, don't make the resale hella high, please. Just don't, because I really want to add these to my collection. Now, that sneaker is the Air Jordan 34 Rui Hachimura player exclusive. Now, like I said, we already saw this sneaker before, right, guys? We've seen it, and most of you guys thought this was an Insta cop. But take a look at these new photos that have dropped. This is just a beautiful looking sneaker with this traditional Japanese textiles all over, which not only give the shoe an amazing look, but it gives it some depth, because that textile just feels real. It feels three-dimensional. It feels like a real piece of cloth that was cut out of a kimono or samurai, suit or something like that. It just gives it an epic look, and I love it. Here's the left shoe. I love all the colors. They're not too bright. They're down to earth, but at the same time, they're vibrant enough to stand out and not look muddy. I mean, this is a perfectly executed sneaker, in my opinion. Maybe they could have done a little bit more with the white upper, but I do like how clean it looks. And then the right shoe has a different pattern on it, which is, I think I like the right shoe pattern even more, with those traditional Japanese clouds that you see in all those ancient paintings. You have the cherry blossoms, Nike Air on the back. Here's the outsole. You have some of that design peeping through. This is absolutely beautiful. Take a look at the details, guys. And what I love also about this colorway is if you look at the white part of the upper, they changed how this mesh looks. So maybe it's a different material, but the aesthetics of it look even more interesting than my Jordan 34s, which is just a screen mesh. It doesn't have, you know, these vertical lines with these checkered lines. You know, it doesn't have that, you know, two-dimensionality. I don't know how to say that word. I can't say it, guys. It has dimensions. Duality, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. And it just gives it an awesome look. Here's a close look at this. You can see how the materials are kind of popping off of the sneaker. I just absolutely love it. This absolutely is an Instacop. It is what it is, guys. It's an Instacop. Now, the sad thing is, these are said to be only releasing exclusively in Japan. But look at what Nice Kick says. But could be released globally. So if you guys want this, make sure you tell Jordan Brand. Like this video. Comment this video. At them at Instagram and Twitter that you want to see the Rui Hachimura PE be dropped globally. I'm seeing a lot of Instacops. Keanu has a very interesting comment. He says, Black History Month vibes. You're right, Keanu. It has vibes of that, but Rui's culture is he's half black, half Japanese, so they're honoring that as well. So it definitely is like a Japanese History Month, if you could say, colorway, which is just absolutely epic. I love these. Oh, someone is saying that this left shoe is African patterns. It may be. I'm not an expert on textiles and patterns of different cultures, but this may be African. You guys are absolutely right. It could be. I could see it being Japanese too, but it might be African as well, which is even cooler. So his left shoe is African and his right shoe is Japanese. He's half black, half Japanese. That is absolutely epic. Good looks, guys. Again, one more for the boys. It's an Insta-Cop. Let's move on to the next sneaker, which is another Jordan 34. This is the Jordan 34 Low Vapor Green. Take a look, guys, and let me know if this is a cop or a drop for you. Now, for me personally, I want to be picking up a Jordan 34 Low for a number of reasons. One of them, I love the Jordan 34, so I want to see how different the lows are. How differently does it play? But a huge reason why I want to pick these up is because the one complaint that I had of the original 34s was its durability. It wasn't very strong. When you would lace them up, they just felt a little fragile. You could hear the materials creaking and stuff, and it was a little uneasy. These, the lows, if you take a look, it looks like this upper here looks more durable but less breathable. But since it's the low, you might be willing to make that sacrifice. And then if you look, if I could get a photo of it, it's not really showing us. But if you take a look at the toe box, there's an extra overlay that's not on the mid tops of the 34s. So that's going to add even more to the durability. And there was a closer look at the materials. You take a look at the materials here. It just looks a lot more durable. And I really like how that translucent upper has these underlays peeking through to it. I think it's an absolutely epic colorway. I really like these. Here is the outsole, translucent rubber, which I don't believe we have seen in a Jordan 34 to date, but the green zoom bag, which is just epic. I like this colorway. This is a cop to me, guys. I want to cop these. If I walk by these in a store, I'm copping them. I want to see how the lows go. I like the graphic on the midsole. You have these dots, a little Under Armour hover-esque, you could say, but I really like this colorway. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of cops. I'm seeing a couple Insta drops. I have a new graphic to debut to you guys. It's not Insta drop, though. It's a different drop. There's drop, and then there's what I'm going to debut, and hopefully we could get into it in the show, tonight's episode. But this is a cop for me. I'm going to say it's about 80-20 cop. When are these dropping? 165. It's now available on Sneaker Politics. So if you guys are interested, Sneaker Politics is where it's at. Man, this is just a beautiful looking sneaker, guys. I really like these. That translucent upper just gives it a very, very unique look. And I'm absolutely digging this, guys. It's not an insta cop because I do think there are some other colorways that could be better than this. But as I sit right now, it is absolutely a cop. All right, let's move on. Another Jordan. The Jordan 7 PSG. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Paris Saint-Germain? I don't speak French. I didn't take French. I took Japanese in high school. The Jordan 7 PSG, I believe that's Neymar's soccer club. Or it was at one point. It probably still is. I'm not deep into soccer like that. I know who Neymar is. I know PSG is a soccer club. And I know Neymar is sponsored by Jordan. He's done multiple collabs, right? These, however, I'm gonna have to strongly say that these ain't it. They're just... I'm not feeling them. I'm not feeling them. And I think a big reason why I'm not feeling them is because 10 years ago, this would have been considered a fake Jordan. Like, a fake Jordan probably existed that looked like this, right? Back in the day, we only had the OG colorways, maybe like one or two new colorways in the early 2000s. And then there was this huge, black market of fake Jordans that had any colorway you could imagine. Oh, you want a green Jordan 7? We have that. You want a yellow and orange one? We have that. You want a red, white, and blue one? We have that. So these kind of remind me of a fake Jordan. So to me, these, I wouldn't even cop these on sale. So I think it's about that time that we debut the brand new mega drop. It is a mega drop. I'm not copping these. I don't want them. Even if they're on sale, it would have to be $29.99 for me to even think about it. And I still might not even get it for $29.99 at Marshall's or whatever. So to me, once again, mega drop. It's not for me. When are these releasing? If anyone's interested, spring 2021. So you got a ways to go. But look at the price. $225 for what? This? Nah. Let's move on. Another Air Jordan Varsity Royal. I'm not too sure if we talked about these yet, but let's just quickly go over them. It's a blue Air Jordan 3. Not much needs to be seen here. It's blue. It's got cement print. You have hits of black. You have white. It's basically a fire red Jordan 3, but blue. It's basically a white cement Jordan 3, but blue. It's basically a black cement Jordan 3, but blue. And it has to exist because we've had so many red Jordans and not enough blue ones that, Jordan Brand's like, well, let's do a blue one for the people who want blue or whose favorite color is blue. But to me, I have really nothing against this colorway. But as I've mentioned in previous episodes, I'm really only interested in OG colorways for the time being of Jordan sneakers because The Last Dance obviously rekindled my love for OG Jordan sneakers. But the blues, I have nothing against it. If I saw them out, I'd say, hey, nice kicks. But for me, it's a drop. It's not a mega drop. It's just a drop for me. I'm not that interested. And they're going to be charging through the roof for them. Apparently, these are dropping on the 26th. Stateside launch has yet to be confirmed. So this might be an overseas exclusive. They're going for $190. It's a drop for me. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Some people are saying cop if discounted. Most people are kind of aligned with me saying OGs are the best. Some people like them. Gene likes these. Gene says cop. I get it. It's a blue Jordan 3. The Jordan 3 is a classic. But, It's just not for me. I'd rather have black cements. I'd rather spend $190 on another sneaker. All right, let's move on. It's another Jordan 3. It is the Jordan SE Denim Fire Red. Now, this is interesting. So it's a red Jordan, like we said, and it's white, it's black, you got red, and then they topped it off. This is a weird shoe. This is a weird shoe, guys. Look at the heel. It's a translucent heel cup that has a Jordan Jumpman logo, but then the underlay has Nike Air, which I actually think is a cool idea, but it's not going to age well. Translucent rubbers, we know it gets like my shirt. It gets a little yellow. So especially if you're walking in like rain or stuff where you don't take care of your sneakers, it's an interesting concept to have both the Jumpman and the Nike Air. I'd say it's the coolest part of this sneaker. But if you take a look at the elephant, it's a denim material, which it's a little bit of a red flag. It's one of those things that like fake Jordans used to do in like 2007. Like they'd put like a denim Jordan. So, and the red is like really bright. It doesn't really match with that toned down denim material. And then the white outsole, the all white outsole is also throwing me off. I don't know why, but it's just, it doesn't feel right. And it looks like it's like not as white as the midsole. I think that's why it's throwing me off. You could tell where the outsole is and where the midsole is. How much are these gonna cost? $200 August 1st. Yeah, that's a mega drop.
Bruh.
I'm not feeling it, Jordan Brand. I'm not feeling it. Is there anyone? Luke says he would cop these in the chat. Hey man, sneakers are like food. Some people like certain things and some people don't. I don't like avocados. Do we like avocados in the chat? How many people like avocados? Do the avocado emoji for me if you like it in the chat for me, because I don't like avocados, but that's fine. We're still friends. I still like you. You're still here in the chat. I appreciate you. You appreciate me. It's all love. But we don't got to like the same thing. So Luke, you do you, man. Rock this with pride, dog. Even though it's a mega drop for me, it's not a mega drop for you. And that's what makes us beautiful, man. We're different. But yeah, it's a drop for me. It's a mega drop. I want to spend $200 on this. I'd rather get myself a pair of Yeezys. You know, spend a little more. Get a pair of Yeezys. Maybe get a jersey. Maybe go out to a nice dinner. I'd rather pay my taxes than get this. I'm just being honest. So it's a drop. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is a little bit different for us. We're getting a lot of avocados in the chat. That's what I like to see, guys. Ali is heavy in the avocado game. All right, so I saw this article from sneakerbardetroit.com, and I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to get your guys' take on it. So it is better top 3 release, Air Jordan 1 or Air Jordan 5. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to take a look at both of these sneakers. I want you guys to go in the chat and the emoji number 1 or 5. You know, it's like 5 and it has a box around it. Do that. So whichever one you think is better, do the emoji of that in the chat. So here's the Jordan 1 top 3, which I actually really like. It's obviously the 3 best Jordans, right? It's got the Breads, it's got the Royals, and it's got the Chicagos, I think. It might even be the Black Toes. Either way, it doesn't make a difference. They're pretty much identical. The one thing that's throwing me off is the two-tone tongues. I don't like how one's white and one's black. I'd rather have just both of them be black. I would like it even both white, but I'd rather have both black. But this is a dope sneaker. I love it. I love the toes. One is red and one is blue. Royal and Bread. That is absolutely fantastic. Here's the top-down view. Now that I see it from here, I might even like the tongue white, but I don't like it either or. It's got to be one. But I think these are dope. These are absolutely awesome. Now, here's the Jordan 3 or Jordan 5 top 3, which I have to say, I don't want to spoil anything, but not as unique. All black upper, whereas the ones the upper was just different. Look at the upper. There's a lot to look at here. This just looks regular. It almost looks like the tongue is out of place and everything else is in place. You know what I mean? So let me know in the chat with your emoji, number 1 or number 5, which is the better top 3 release. For me personally, I think you guys know where I'm going here. And another reason why I don't like these is the 23. It just looks too generic. It doesn't have that drop shadow stitching that you have on the metallic 5s, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go with the Jordan 1. That's my pick. Let me take a look in the chat. We got a couple 5s. I think the 1s are beating it out, though. But there are some votes for the 5s. 78.9% of the voters said Jordan 1s as well, with 21.1% going with the Jordan 5s. I'd say that's accurate. You guys in the chat are pretty much agreeing with the poll. So there you guys go. The Jordan 1 top 3 is your winner in this versus battle. All right, let's move on to the next sneaker, which is available right now. It is the Kyrie 6 N7. Now, we have a Kyrie 6 in steals and deals at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But this is the Kyrie N7, and if I'm not mistaken, Kyrie is part Native American. So this N7 collection, which every year produces a line of, you know, sneakers and apparel that are inspired by Native American culture, and they donate that to physical education programs in reservations and Native American communities. So it's a great cause. And they've also dropped some interesting stuff. I remember, if we just go to StockX for a second and we type in N7, because there's a few N7 sneakers that were really cool. Let's see here. Let's see. I think it was like, I remember these were hyped. The KDs, the N7 KDs were hyped. I mean, they make for some great sneakers, this N7 collection. Really like those. Even the KD6s were interesting, even though the KD6s were just okay. That colorway is cool. Nice shade of blue, almost turquoise with the pattern and these hot reds or pinks, whatever you want to call them. I mean, they make for some great colorways, and they also make for just some colorways as well. Like the Kyrie 3, like this is N7, like it's just black and white, black and yellow. I mean, the swoosh is cool, but yeah, it's just uninspiring. But these are dope. I actually really like these. These are dope, and they're available right now on Nike.com. I like this beige tan. Like, it just gives it an earthy feel, which is perfect for the N7 collection. And then you have those bright colors that we talked about. Maybe not the biggest fan of this green, but it's there. It's nice. You have these symbols, which are epic, and you have, you know, some different textures. I mean, this is a great package overall, guys. I have to say that this is just a beautiful sneaker. Absolutely. This is a cop. If you're a Kyrie fan, this is a cop. If you want a pair of 6s, this is a cop. Love that light orange on the heel there, on the outsole. I absolutely love it. And I also think that this silhouette overall just goes perfectly in the N7 collection and with this colorway. So overall, Nike hit it out of the ballpark, in my opinion, with these N7s. So it's a cop for me. Like I said, they're available right now for $130 in all sizes except size 13.5. Maybe they didn't make any, but there you guys go. Kyrie 6 N7. Most of you guys are saying cop in the chat as well. But let's move on to the next sneaker. We got a Kobe 5. The Nike 2020 EYBL Summer Collection is unveiled, and it comes with a pair of Kobe 5 Protros. Now, let me know, guys, in the chat, is this a cop or a drop? We all know I'm a huge Kobe fan. I'm rocking the Kobe jersey, and obviously Kobe sneakers are gonna be very hyped because, unfortunately, of what happened. But even then, even though I want as many Kobe's as I can get because I miss the guy, Mamba forever. Happy Father's Day to Kobe, man. I saw Vanessa's post, and truly, truly heartbreaking. Father's Day is tough for me already, you know. as someone who grew up without my dad. But seeing that really, really hurt my heart. So happy Father's Day, Kobe. Miss you, dog. Anyways, even though I want as many Kobe's as I can, I'm gonna have to drop these guys. I'm gonna have to drop these. I just don't like them. I know they're gonna be exclusive because it's the EYBL camp, exclusive. Only attendees of the camp get it. I get it. There's going to be hype around them because of Kobe and because of the exclusivity. But even then, I'm just not me. I don't ride that wave, guys. I don't get stuff just because they're hyped. I get stuff because I like them and they're hyped. So I'm going to have to drop these. But I think there's the KD 13 EYBLs, which, let me zoom in for you guys. It's also a drop. These actually might be a mega drop.
Bruh.
Those don't look good at all. Just ugly colors, weird upper. Unless you're into tie-dye, then I get it. But that's a drop. That's a mega drop. Bernard agrees with me in the chat. But you know what's dope is the apparel that comes with the collection. Look at this, guys. I'm rocking that hoodie and those sweats. Even though these might be for the ladies. I mean, that's a cop. That sweater is a cop with the patch. And the patch has like carpet material on it. That is a cop. But the shoes are a drop. And then you have like that shirt. That's a cop. The shirt, the shorts, all of that is a cop. But the shoes, I'm going to have to drop. No doubt. But that's the EYBL collection. If you're interested in picking up any of these, make sure you check StockX because like I said, these are exclusive. It doesn't release to the public and may remain exclusive to the league's class of 2020. So if you want these, you're going to have to go be a pretty good hooper. Let's move on, though. We have, a nice announcement here. The Nike Air Zoom Flight glove is coming back. Now, here's Gary Payton, one of my favorite Lakers of all time. I actually have a Lakers Gary Payton jersey. I loved Gary Payton. He was great. The last point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year, by the way. Here he is rocking the gloves. It's an iconic sneaker. I know Nick DePaula is a huge fan of this silhouette. Soul Collector, when he worked there, had a collab on the gloves, which, let me go to StockX, and I bet they're going for over a G. No doubt. Of course, I type in glove right here. Oh, actually, they're not. Really? Maybe they're not as exclusive as I thought, but these were dope. These were absolutely incredible. They had a Soul Collector logo on it and everything. I like this. I like this colorway. Really? How much? Only $182. That's a steal, guys. That is an absolute steal for these. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about they're coming back, and I think this is the colorway, which kind of looks cool. I like how the monkey pod thing is seeping through. I like the translucent uppers, guys. I do. Not clear. There's a difference between clear and translucent, in my opinion. Maybe not in the dictionary, but to me, I like how this look. White, black. But I've never been a fan of shrouds, guys. I really haven't. So for me, it's a drop. I have no nostalgia to this. It's never been a shoe that I've been interested in, but I appreciate it and its fans. I get that a lot of people love this shoe, so I love how people love this shoe. I'm just not one of those people. So for me, it's a drop. I'm seeing a lot of drops in the chat as well. Couple cops, but mainly drops. All right, next sneaker. Ooh, this one's interesting. This is the Nike Zoom double stack, the Barely Volt. The reason why I wanted to bring these up to you guys is because look at this technology. Look at this. What? Double stacked Zoom, Max Zoom Air in the heel. Is this what the KDs look like? The KD 12s? I think they were not as high as this, but these are crazy. I mean, these are very interesting. As you guys know, I'm a fan of sculpted midsoles. You can see the midsole. You can see right through it. You can see the technology. It looks cool. Look at the back. That looks so... I really like how that looks. That looks epic. I like the colorway. It's Volt, but barely Volt, so it's not too bright. I like these. These are a cop to me. These are a cop, but they're probably very expensive. $230. You know what? It might have to be a drop then. $230? Listen, I know it's double stack zoom, but that is a lot for a pair of kicks, guys. Some of you guys, Matthew does not like these. He says mega drop. I don't think it's a mega drop, but imagine how awesome this is gonna feel. I don't know if this is a performance model. Maybe you could run straight and back, but you definitely can't move side to side with these. You'd be sitting too high. I don't think there's a lot of lockdown and containment. But maybe, you know, if you're just running straight, it feels smooth. You feel fast. You feel like you're gliding. But I'm intrigued by the midsole and the technology. But a lot of you guys aren't on my side on this one. A lot of you guys are saying drop, which I understand. But let's move on. Let's switch gears to Adidas. Not a lot of Adidas news, guys. Adidas, I think we know why there's not a lot of Adidas news. But the Adidas Dame 6 Hot Rod drops this weekend. When does it drop? June 20th for $110. Now, let me know what you guys think about this colorway. Yellow and red. Not the biggest fan of yellow and red. Reminds me of McDonald's. Wouldn't wear a McDonald's sneaker. But this one has, you know, some cool graphics with the hot rod, the flames. And I do like how the Dame 6 looks aesthetically. However, if you caught my performance review, I was not a fan of how they performed. The lockdown was weird. The fit was weird. The traction was iffy. And the cushioning the cushioning was okay. But everything else, the materials were cheap. Lockdown was awful. It's just not good. And that coupled with the iffy traction just made for a very unpleasant experience. But I'm seeing this is 50-50, guys. You guys in the chat are about 50-50 on the Dame 6 Hot Rod. This to me is a drop. I'm dropping these. Not a huge fan. Not going to pick these up. If they were a good performer, maybe I would think about it. But even then, not a huge fan of the colorway. But if you're interested, it looks like they already dropped. Did they really? Let's go to Adidas. Type in Dame 6. I don't see them on the website. So it looks like Nice Kicks got to update their information. But if you want these, be on the lookout for the Dame 6 Hot Rods. All right, next sneaker. Let's talk about some UltraBoost from Adidas. UltraBoost 2020 Green Tint. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is... it's an okay colorway. It's not that great. I mean, UltraBoosts are expensive, right? They're $180. They could be charging $200, to be honest with you guys. But I think it's an interesting shade of green. However, I much just rather go with a black colorway. Not really 100% feeling these. So I'm going to drop these. Not the biggest fan. But I thought I'd bring it up to you guys. UltraBoost. I know UltraBoost is an extremely popular sneaker. I'm seeing a lot of drops. Luke says it looks like toothpaste. Very good point, Luke. It does look like toothpaste. I see it. I totally see it. Luke is on fire tonight in the chat. Which, by the way, we promoted Jack. We had Josiah as a moderator. Jack got promoted because Jack and Josiah helped me set up a Discord for you guys. So if you want to join the Geron Mob Discord, I'm going to have Jack and Josiah get that link for you in the chat. We have a bunch of categories. Kicks of the day, deals and steals, art clips, general discussion. We just talk. So if you want to get to know me even better, I have announcements and stuff like that, even though I forgot to announce tonight's live stream on it. I was juggling. I got a new setup. But if you want to join the Discord, check out the link in the chat, which one of the moderators will get for you. But let's move on to Converse. Switching gears to Converse. Thanks, J-Dot, for subscribing. I appreciate you. The Converse Solstice collection remixes the All-Star Pro BB and G4. So if you haven't been paying attention, Converse has been slowly coming back into the performance basketball category. They just signed Draymond Green. So this is a sneaker that Draymond has been seen wearing off of the court. He's probably going to be wearing them on the court as well. Let me know what you guys think about this. This obviously is a ripoff of a Yeezy colorway, right? The Nike Yeezy 2s and the Yeezy 1s. It's a solar colorway. You have the green outsole and the So it's not original, which I don't respect that. I don't respect that. This colorway is interesting. You have gray with like some lilacs or some lavenders. I like the translucent. Even though I think this is a ripoff, I'd rather have these than these. That's just my opinion, guys. And then check these out. I like these. This is how I think Converse should approach things. Because this looks like an old school Chuck Taylor shoe, but they're very obviously updated and they have modern technology. And that is so cool to me. If you caught our game night, we talked about, me and Camera Bay, we reacted to the PS5, right? And the design of it was very futuristic to the point where it looked cheap. And I made a point where the new trend is retro futuristic, right? Where things look retro, but what they can do, their abilities, the technology in the retro aesthetics is actually futuristic. If like my Sony camera, like this camera looks retro. It looks like a 70s camera, but it's way more advanced than an old vintage camera. And that's why I think Converse knocked it out of the park with these and not so much with these, because this just looks like a modern sneaker that it kind of has an 80s vibe, which isn't retro enough because the 80s were all about the future, Back to the Future and stuff like that. So the 80s were trying to predict the future, so to use it as a retro nostalgia doesn't really work because originally the design philosophy was this is what sneakers are going to look like in 2020. So it doesn't really work. These are like, they look like they're from the 50s and the 60s, right? But they have great technology. So yeah, I like this pack way better than this pack. So this pack, it's still a drop because I don't like the colors on this pack. Maybe the lows kind of look like a Carolina blue, but overall, it's a drop for me. These definitely are a drop. I'm just not interested in them. $120 though, and they're available now. So $120, some decent value, but I'm just not loving it. And most of you guys are pretty much on the line. I'm gonna say 90% drop for these as well in the chat. Hey, we got a new subscriber, Jeremy E. Shout out to you, dog. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Sneaker Show. All right, so we got the last sneaker before we get to steals and deals. It is a Nike sneaker. This is the Neymar Nike Air Max 2090 collection. We talked about the PSG Jordan 7s earlier in the show. Here are the 2090 Air Maxes Neymar pack. Now, these are interesting because these photos and this photo and this photo, I don't like them. It's a drop. Looks like a girl's shoe. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just not a girl, and I don't wear girl shoes. Yeah, not a fan. But this photo, you guys know I love 3M. That looks vicious. I liked how it looks in the dark. If I just saw this, it would be a cop. But I didn't see this. I saw this. So it's a drop. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. And plus, the 2090 Air Maxes are expensive too. So I'm really not trying to cop these for, how much are they? How much are they dropping for? 150 each. Oh, not as bad as I thought. Okay, not as bad as I thought. I lied. But the black colorway is a little bit better. A little bit better, but not that much better. But I just love these 3M vents. And that's the thing about Nike. Their 3M is so sharp. It's not blurry like some other brands 3M. Like the 3M isn't as bright and not as sharp. All these lines are clean. But it's a drop for me. It's still a drop. Even the black colorway. Still a drop. But let me know in the chat. Yeah, most of you guys are saying the bin. Trash. Yeah, it's a drop. I haven't seen any cops. Oh, I see a couple cops. It's about 95% drop from you guys. But when are these releasing? June 25th. $150. Yeah, Neymar 2090 collection. All right. Now it's that time to get to steals and deals. We have an incredible steals and deals for you guys. I have found some awesome deals in a lot of sizes for you guys. So if you're looking to pick up a new pair of shoe, all the links to these sneakers are in the description box below. I am legally obligated to tell you guys if this is sponsored or not. It's not. I could get sued for saying that if I was lying, but I'm not lying. It's not sponsored. I'm just looking out for you guys. I'm looking out for you guys. I'm trying to find the best deals for you guys. And again, I have all these deals in the Discord as well. So if you want to check out the Discord, make sure you click that link in the chat room. Moderator, please help me out. But let's get to steals and deals. Deals and deals, baby. All right, the first one that we got, shout out to Daniel for subscribing, by the way. The Nike Zoom Freak 1 for $72. What? That's a steal. Now, the colorway, but if you're looking for an outdoor hoop shoe or just a shoe to hoop in, or you want Giannis's first signature sneaker, $72 ain't that bad. It's a steal, guys. I mean, this colorway, at least there's a story behind it, right? It's inspired by Coming to America, McDowell's, which was the McDonald's in the movie. So it's cool. If you like the movie, you could pick these up. But I'm not a fan of the colorway. However, at $72 in multiple sizes, that's a steal, guys. So again, link in the description. Click on it. Check it out if you want. The Zoom Freak 1, it's a signature sneaker for under $80. That is absolutely a steal. Not too bad. Now, the next sneaker is another brand new signature sneaker. Nike be having some great steals here. The Kyrie 6 for $75. Which, if you look at the, you guys can't see, I have it cropped off, but the URL link says Kyrie 6 Chinese New Year. I had no idea this was the Chinese New Year collection. I don't think it is, but whatever. Black and white, you really can't go wrong with this colorway, right? I've heard amazing things. I'm thinking about picking these up actually for myself because I haven't had the Kyrie 6s, but I've heard great things about them performance-wise. This is one of those signature sneakers, the basketball sneakers that you could wear off the court as well. So if you're looking for a shoe you could play in and rock off the court, the Kyrie 6 for $75.97. Decent sizing. Okay, 10.5 and up. Not the greatest sizes, but $76. However, there's another colorway at Dick's Sporting Good, which I always get scared when I type Dick's in Google. I'm like, please, Dick's Sporting Goods. But $89, so a little more expensive, but more sizes, and they're black and red. Okay, so Kyrie 6, great value here. Okay, the breads are nice. $90, you can't go wrong. Again, links are in the description box below. Let's move on to the next steal, which is another brand new signature sneaker, the Nike PG4. In this All-Star colorway. I believe this is the All-Star colorway, guys. So if Paul George is one of your favorite players, you can pick this up to celebrate his All-Star selection. Was he an All-Star? I feel like he might have got snubbed this year. Either way, this sneaker released around All-Star weekend, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not the biggest fan of this colorway, which is probably why it's on sale. However, full-length, top-loaded Nike Air, you really can't go wrong. A ton of sizes, guys. $80. $80 for that. It's a steal. It is an absolute steal. But check out the guy who's rocking it with his hair. Look at him. Does he got hops with those legs, though? Is this guy jumping off the building with those legs? Is he... Let me guys know in the chat. Is this guy a hooper? Right here. Is this guy a hooper? Is he a hooper or is he not? I'm going to say no. He does not look like a hooper to me. I don't think so. I think I could give him buckets. No disrespect, guy. You got a modeling gig for Nike. You're doing all right. But I think I could cross you up. Tyron says he's a hooper. So someone in the chat said, hooper. You think this guy's a hooper? I don't know. I think he skates. Luke says he skates. I think Luke's correct. This is a skater. He's not a hooper. All right, let's move on to the next deal. Shout out to this guy on the Nike modeling. All right, next shoe, it's a retro. It's the Nike Shox BB4 retro sneaker. Both white and red colorway. You have the shock technology. Maybe you love Vince Carter, or you want a retro sneaker. You're a fan of this era of Nike basketball. You could pick up yourself a pair of Nike Shocks for $89, which is a pretty good deal. Decent sizes. Let's see if the other colorways are on sale. Black and yellow, which is looking vicious, $86, even cheaper. Oh, the patent leather black ones, $140, so not that much on sale. This is my favorite colorway, $123, so a little bit better of a deal, but not as good as it could be. And the USA colorway, which Vince Carter wore in the Olympics, $135. So really, the red and white ones and the black and yellow ones are on sale. That's a great deal. That is a great deal for the Shocks BB4. All right, next deal. We have another brand new signature sneaker. The Adidas Dame 6 in all black for $77. Decent sizing. This is a steal, even though the fit, like I said, and the traction is iffy. Maybe you're just looking for a cheap outdoor basketball shoe. This is what you can go with. $77. You're getting light strike foam. It's all black. It's gonna hold up. I don't think the materials are that durable, but since they're all black, they're gonna last a long time. They're not gonna look dirty right out of the way. But $77 for some Dames is an absolute steal. And if you take a look at the graphic, it's got an interesting graphic there. So, hey, if you like how these look, adidas.com, link in the description. All right, the last sneaker I have for you guys is a retro. And I think these are on Dick's Sporting Good as well. The Reebok Answer 5. See price in cart. Let me see, how much are these? Because I remember them being a good deal. Size 10. Not a ton of sizes. Pretty much 10 and down. $99 for the Answer 5s. So maybe you love Allen Iverson, or you're a fan of this era, or you haven't had an Iverson sneaker. You could pick these up, and I guarantee you, if you rock these in any court, indoors or out, people are going to say dope kicks. They're going to be like, yo, I had these when I was a kid. AI was a boss. So people are going to love that you had these. So if you're interested in picking these up, $90 for the Answer 5s. I might pick these up because I had these when I was a kid, guys. So the nostalgia is hitting me a little differently than it may be hitting you. But there you guys have it. Steals and deals. All the links to these sneakers are in the description box below. So that pretty much concludes the show. I've been trying to get the show right at 1 hour, which it looks like we're going to hit. So I want to thank everyone in the chat, everyone for joining the stream. I think we peaked at around 145 viewers. It means a lot. If you guys like the show, drop the video a like, please. That helps me out a lot. It lets me know you guys like it, and it helps grow the show. You guys are all beasts. You guys are all bosses. You got in on the ground level. You guys are real OGs. You're real fans. You're real sneakerheads. You're real members of the Jerron mob. So thank you guys so much. But if you want to help the sneaker show grow, please like the video and drop a comment as well. Not in the chat, but on the video page. It helps out the community a lot. Again, join the Discord to join the Jerron mob. It would mean a lot. It's a great community. Shout out to Josiah and Jack for moderating. We do the sneaker show every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific. We started a little bit late. I just got a new desk, so I was just getting used to it, adjusting the camera. But the sneaker show, it drops every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll see you guys in the next episode. It's been great having you. Peace.